Hello children, let's continue with agriculture lesson. Moving on to the topic technological and institutional reforms. Reforms are any kind of changes. When it comes for technological and institutional reforms, it means the government reviews and tries to bring in some changes by restructuring the methodologies followed in the agricultural sector. It can be with respect to the land as well as the farmer. Sustained uses of land without compatible techno institutional changes have hindered the pace of agricultural development. That is, the farmers are not using any modern techniques. So, this has affected the agricultural development. In spite of development of sources of irrigation, most of the farmers in large parts of the country still depend upon monsoon and natural fertility in order to carry on their agriculture. If the farmers are still following the traditional methods for cultivation of crops, then for a growing population of country, it will be impossible to provide food resources for everyone. That is, there will be a lack of resources because if the farmer practices only traditional methods for cultivation of crops, the food production will be very low, comparatively low. So, the food production cannot suit the growing population of a particular country like India. Thus, this becomes a very serious challenge here. Agriculture, which provides livelihood for more than 60% of its population, needs some serious changes. Collectivization, consolidation of holdings, cooperation and abolition of zamindari were given priority to bring about institutional reforms in the country after independence. So, after independence, collectivization, consolidation of holdings, and cooperation and abolishment of zamindari was implemented. Collectivization means the group of farmers will be forming an association, so they will be handing over their land, tools, animals, etc. So, in those lands, a crop will be cultivated and the food produced will be shared accordingly to the farmers. Consolidation of holding means, consider in the case I am a farmer, I am having 3 sons. So after my death, my land will be fragmented into 3 for each of my sons. So here consolidation of holdings means the land. Consolidation means the government implemented to combine or to merge all the fragmented lands into single lands. That was called as consolidation of holdings. Cooperation and abolition of zamindari means, there were chances for the landlords or the zamindars to cheat the farmers. The farmers work on the agricultural field. They give their hard work. But the landlords are just the owners of the land. Okay? There were chances for the zamindars or the landlords to cheat the farmer. That is why if the landlord cooperates, the government was stressing the point that no farmer should be cheated. If there is no cooperation from the landlord or the zamindar, then that particular zamindar concept should be abolished. And land reforms were carried out during the first 5-year plan. The first 5-year plan was implemented from 1951 to 1956. The right of inheritance had already led to fragmentation of land holdings. That is what I told you. If I am a farmer, if I have 3 sons, after my death, that particular land will be divided into 3 fragments. A fragmentation of land holdings necessitating the consolidation of holdings. The laws of land reforms were enacted, but implementation was lacking. The government of India embarked upon introducing agricultural reforms to improve Indian agriculture in 1960s and 1970s. So, some of the laws were implemented in 1950s, but they were not followed properly. And that is why the government of India wanted to improve the Indian agriculture in 1960s and 1970s. So they brought in the Green Revolution and the White Revolution. Green Revolution, as we already saw in the previous videos, Green Revolution means usage of modern inputs in the agricultural field. And white revolution means improving the dairy and the dairy products industries in India. So white revolution was a very successful one, including the green revolution. Green revolution made high production of crops in India, and white revolution in India was very much successful that our country became larger producer of milk and its products, and we stopped importing the milk products from other places. But this too led to the concentration of development in few selected areas. Only a few places got improved with respect to agriculture, while the other places did not get any kind of development. Therefore, in 1980s and 1990s, a comprehensive land development program was initiated, which included both institutional and technical reforms. So, provision of crop insurance against any kind of natural disaster, fire accidents, or any kind of disease for the plants, and provision of low interest loan facilities by establishing the Grameen banks. So these steps were taken for the sake of developments of the farmer. Then Kisan credit card, personal accident insurance scheme are some of the other schemes introduced by the government of India. Moreover, special weather bulletins and agricultural programs for farmers were introduced through radios and television. That is why always, for example, if you consider in the case of Doordarshan, no, many agricultural related programs will be telecasted, and in All India Radio also, in the early mornings and morning times, many agricultural information will be shared for the sake of farmers. The government also announces minimum support price. The minimum support is the price for an agricultural product fixed by the government, so that the purchase can be done directly from the farmer. Okay, then remunerative and procurement prices for important crops were given by the government of India as a salary for them, just for the sake of encouraging the farmers. Some amount of money was given as salary for the farmers to check the exploitation of farmers by speculators and middlemen. Thank you.